Set a fire in this soul, can't contain, can't control. Steady heart, straightened spine, for the prize that's already mine.
Aloha and a very beautiful morning to you. Welcome to today's practice of intentional living. Today marks the 25th day of my lockdown or quarantine. Pat on the back, thank you very much. But I will be very honest with you. Don't start congratulating me just yet. It was a very difficult 2 weeks. I'm only now starting to get back into the groove of things, or in my flow state, because it's been very difficult to practice presence, especially in the beginning when, I took 2 weeks to just basically be in shock, to absorb all of the things that's been happening. And I'm sure it's been difficult for you as well. I can only imagine to see this great new big reality, this scary world that we live in, and to try and figure out, oh my goodness, what part or place do I have in all of this? What am I going to do tomorrow, next week, next month, the rest of the year? And that's a scary question, and it ends up bringing you into this rabbit holing of what we call the FUD lens, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it's very dangerous to be looking through these lenses because it takes you out of the present. When our vision is skewed by the circumstances around us, the things that happen to us end up shaping and even blurring the big picture that we have. And because of this rabbit holing, we are unable to practice presence. And that's because there's so much uncertainty, and we only focus through the lens of uncertainty because we try and control or try and to know or be certain of what's happening tomorrow. But tomorrow is not our business. Tomorrow's business is for tomorrow. And instead, if we could just pull back from that to release ourselves from the pressures of tomorrow so that we can enjoy practicing presence today. Sometimes we're so focused on the goal that all we can think about is the finish line, that we forget all the different nuances to be enjoyed, the different things to be inspired about in the present time, in today's moment to moment. And it wasn't until I was able to practice 21 days of abundance in meditation with Deepak Chopra, as well as practicing Atomic Habits by James Clear, when I was finally able to come back into my flow state. So that's what I want to discuss today. It's practicing your daily routine, but most importantly, your morning routine, and how important, how crucial that is to set the tone for the rest of the day. The reason being is because us humans, we can be very, very fickle people in the morning, myself included. I could have the best day yesterday with great intentions and vision for how I want the week to go, and yet all of a sudden I wake up the next day and I'm starting from scratch. Like, I don't recognize the body that I woke up in. I don't recognize the headspace that I'm in. I don't recognize the world that I live in. And this is the case because as we remain sedentary for however many hours during our sleep cycles, it's very easy for the body as well as the mind to atrophy by not being engaged or activated. And so when we wake up, we have that stiffness of the mind and the body. And the first things we do in the morning is so important, to set the lens, to choose the lens that we view the rest of the day in. Because a lot of the times when we wake up, all of a sudden our sympathetic nervous system goes, bang, what do I have to do today? What do I have to be today? Where am I going? Where am I in the scale of my goals? Oh my goodness, it's more difficult than I thought it would. We start typhooning and rabbit holing into all the different things that we can't control. And then all of a sudden we start feeling these anxious thoughts, or these thoughts of being worried. And automatically we wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And I will be very, very clear with you. I went through a good part of my life where I woke up with this morning anxiety every single day. And it wasn't until I started practicing intention that I was able to pull myself from it. Because a lot of the times when we feel these unwanted emotions when we wake up and we don't address it, we carry them with us the rest of the day. We may not do it intentionally, but we carry them with us because we're not able to process it. We start identifying with these feelings. But at the end of the day, practice presence, practice our routines and intentions that we set based on the people that we want to be. Take that time in the morning to really be intentional and say, you know what, today I claim my identity. Today I claim how I feel. I cannot control the things that happen to me, but I can control the things that come through me. And I'm going to talk you through the different practices to help you do that. I'm going to start by sharing and illustrating my specific morning routine. Now, this is not a one-size-fits-all, remember. I want you to find something that's tailor-made for you, and only you can dictate that. I'm going to walk you through something that's very, very simple and something that's been very helpful for me. So the first step I encourage you to do is to ask yourself, who do you want to be? Yes, you have a choice. And then we can start defining the intentions. Who do you want to be with regards to your relationships? Who do you want to be with regards to your mental and emotional practice? Who do you want to be with regards to the work that you put out and how it touches people? Or who do you want to be with regards to how your physical body appears and how it feels? This is all up to you. And when you're able to set your intentions, then it's time to create atomic habits. Now in the next series, I'm going to talk about the different tools that we can use to make habits more fun, to make them enjoyable, to make them easy to incorporate into a lifestyle. But in the meantime, I'm going to start you off with a very, very simple routine that I personally do. It's not a one-size-fits-all. I encourage you to find what works best for you. But this is just an example so you can get a feel of what it's like. So the first thing that I do before anything else, before any outside influence or impression touches me, is I take a moment of stillness, of silence. Just me, myself, my breath, my body, and I start to practice.
We'll begin laying flat back on the mat. Focus with Ujjayi breath, a slow, audible, diaphragmatic breath in and out through the nose. We'll begin with some hip openers, placing the right ankle by the hip flexor on the left side, anchoring with the left hand and extending through the right arm. Gaze is on the right fingertips, right knee straight up towards the sky, creating space on your inhale and the hip here, on your exhale, sinking into the space. Place your hands in between the triangle, clasp underneath the knee, and bring the knee closer towards the chest to open up. Easy shoulders, long deep breaths. Allow the right leg to clasp or interlace around the left, bellowing out to the left side while the gaze is still on the right fingertips. Really try and open up the breath in the chest here. You'll switch sides. On Ujjayi breath, try and visualize each inhale, creating space where you feel the tension or the warmth. Really sink into it, and on your exhale is where you push into the space that you create. Try and focus your attention on the breath and the stretch alone. If you see your mind wandering, that's all right. Just have your intention set back onto the breath and start again. If you hear a little snap, crackle, and pop between the vertebrae, that's okay. The stretch is meant to decompress the spine, creating space in between each vertebra. Tailbone is tucked in, lower lumbar flat on the ground. Inhale, belly rise. Exhale, belly fall. On your inhale, engage the core and sit up. Have your legs straight out in front of you. Feet or toes slightly flexed to engage the cage around your knee. Sternum is nice and proud. Long, straight spine extended through the crown of the head. Lean in with the chest. You may notice, especially in the morning because of the muscle atrophy and stiffness, that the space between your vertebrae is actually quite limiting, and this is because of the tension that's been built throughout the evening. That's all right. The more time you spend in here in breath, the more space you create, and the more range of motion and elasticity we're able to achieve. If you'd like to place your peace fingers around your toes to create more of a stretch, or to place the hands outside the nape of the foot, using and engaging the biceps to pull the chest closer and closer towards the thighs. One of the great benefits of this physical practice, especially with inversions, is to promote blood flow and circulation through the body, allowing the lymphatic system to rid the body of all unwanted metabolic waste as well. In addition, our parasympathetic nervous system is engaged, and we are able to come and bring our bodies back to stillness in preparation for the work of the mind. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. On your exhale, sink in further into the back of the heels. Slight gaze into the front of the mat and sit down into your child's pose. Sinking the hips back and down into the sole of the feet and rooted into the mat. Fingertips are engaged, pressing onto the mat or the floor, reaching further and further ahead, lengthening through the lateral muscles all the way down to the lower lumbar and hips. And slowly release. Find yourself back into a seated position.
Find a moment of stillness here. With your eyes closed, seated upright and tall. Your sit bones anchored to the mat. Stacking one vertebrae, lengthening the spine up to the crown of the head. Shoulders at ease. Just focus on your breath here. Find stillness. Let your breath be your guide in creating space. And let the breath be your guide, creating silence. Let the breath be the tool to come back to when the mind is cluttered with all the hypotheticals of tomorrow. And focus on this one centering thought, that you have everything that you need in order to live a life of abundance, to achieve your goals, to have beautiful relationships. The only limit is our ability to receive. And the good news is that is entirely up to us. In this practice, I wonder if you could set your intentions on goals, yes, but on compassion for yourself as well. To find joy in the moment to moment that make up the big picture. To find contentment in the work and the journey that leads us to the finish line. And when we are able to release ourselves from the expectations that we have, as well as the expectations that we put on ourselves from others, I wonder if we could use all that energy instead to practice mindfulness and awareness in the present. And we're able to do that. We're able to savor and revel in the little beauties that right now have to offer. If we could focus our attention in our lens on the right now, if we could focus our attention in our lens on the present, to the things that we have in front of us right now, to what's in our hands right now, I wonder if we could practice gratitude as a result. And it is the heart of gratitude that empowers us to live a life of abundance. Come back to the breath. On your inhale, stretch up tall. On your exhale, focus on this centering thought. Today, practice presence. In the present, I am grateful, and in my gratitude, I am abundant. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light in you. It is in this practice where we create this space and stillness and quiet for us to be present with ourselves and claim to choose the direction that we want our day or our lives to head towards. And once we set our intentions, it is much easier for us to follow through with our habits. And it's up to you how you want to create your habits and how that you want them to be congruent with your lifestyle or to reflect the kind of person you are. So after I practice my morning flow meditation and my prayer, I'll make the bed. Such an underrated habit, by the way, but making your bed is a great way to have an act of productivity, fuel energy into the rest of your day. I'll follow it by a nice cold shower with some Wim Hof breathing exercises, and then I'll walk 44 flights of stairs, do some cleaning, listen to a podcast, and then I'll start my day. But it's those little habits or routines that I set up, especially in the morning. The reason why I do that is it sets me up for these little wins. And even though they are little wins, they snowball on top of each other, which sets you up for the momentum of the day. But also, little wins practiced consistently over a long period of time have a huge impact on our practice and our goals and our relationships and the quality of life that we have. The practice of intentional living is a choice where you claim your reality and you say, today, I'm going to live as if it were a purpose. And that, my friends, is life in color. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel for more videos to come on wellness lifestyle, and keep tuned for more episodes on how to practice atomic habits and set your intentions. More to come. Again, stay safe and healthy out there, guys. I'm rooting for you. If you have any questions or anything that you want to hear, we create this platform for you guys. So we want to make sure that we have a support system for you. So thanks so much for making sure that you're part of the community.